All right, so now we have question 8 at the top of page 2. The circumference of a circle with a radius of 12.3 centimeters is approximately blank. So I know I'm figuring out circumference, so I'm going to want this equation again. Circumference is diameter times pi, but it gave me the radius. But I should remember that the radius times 2 equals the diameter. So I'm going to get my calculator. I'm going to times that radius by 2. 12.3 times 2 tells you that what the diameter is, which I'm now going to times by pi to find out that my circumference is 77.24 centimeters, which is the same as answer C. So my answer for 8 is C. Next, we have 9. What is the approximate circumference of a circle with a radius of 3.9? This is almost the same question, just with a different number. I have my radius first, which means I need to times it by 2. 3.9 times 2 is 7.8. Now I have my diameter. Now I need to times by pi. Times pi to get 24.49 centimeters, or sorry, it's meters in this question, which is answer C again, so 9C. 10, the approximate circumference of a wiffle ball is 15.7 centimeters. What is the diameter? Okay, so this question is interesting because I'm taking this equation but using it in a different way. So I have the circumference, and I know that it equals diameter times pi, but I don't have diameter. We talked about this one way back when we were in school, that I actually have to divide it by pi to get the diameter, so that this pi cancels each other out. So 15.7 divided by pi is 5. So my diameter for question 10 would be 5, which is the same as A. So now question 11 says a quarter has a radius of 12 millimeters. Calculate the approximate area of the quarter. So now I'm going to my second equation that I learned this unit, which is area is radius square times pi. So I have a radius of 12. I'm going to square it and times it by pi. So I'm going to get out my calculator again. Calculator doesn't want to open. Okay, so I have 12 squared times pi is the area would be 452, and then it tells me to round specifically in this question. So I'm going to round 16 and round my 1 to a 2 because the 6 is higher than 5. So I'm going to have 0.2 millimeters squared, which is the same as B, which you would have gotten B even if you didn't round because it is the closest answer to what is on my calculator. So that is question 11. Now we're going on to question 12. The diameter of the bottom of a glass measures 4.8 centimeters. So that's diameter. What is the approximate area? So this is what I need, but they give me diameter. But I know that if I just divide my diameter by 2, I'll have the radius. So 2.4 squared times pi. 2.4 squared times pi gives me 18.08, but I'm going to round it to be 0.9, which is the same as answer B for question 12. Question 13 says the approximate area of a circle is 113.4 centimeters squared. What is its radius? this is a pretty tricky question. I think 13 and 14 are the hardest on this test. So I have the area, but I want the radius. So similar to when we had the circumference and we wanted the diameter, I need to divide this number by pi. And then I know I can get rid of pi. So 113.4 divided by 0.14 is 36. So I know that 36 is the same as my radius squared. So that doesn't mean that 36 is my radius because I need to square it. So then I need to think to myself, what number, if I were to times it by itself, would get me to 36? Well, you should be able to recognize that if I times 6 by itself, that would get me to 36. So that tells me that the radius is 6, which is A. Now I have 14. The approximate area of a circle is 153.86 centimeters squared. What is the diameter of the circle? So similar to question 13, I need to start by dividing by pi. So 153.86 divided by pi is 49. So I know that's my radius squared. So now I need to think, okay, what number, if I times it by itself, would give me 49? So I know that if I times 6 by itself, I get 36. So let's try just the next number up. 7 times 7, I get 49. So now I know that 7 is my radius, but what the question is asking me for is my diameter. So I'm going to go 7 times 2 to get my diameter of 14, which is answer B. Now we have question 15. A wagon wheel has spokes 8 centimeters long. What is the approximate area of the wagon wheel? So I know that area is radius squared times pi. They give me a different word for radius, but they tell me that it is 8 centimeters. So 8 squared times pi. I'm just going to type it in on my calculator. 8 squared times pi is 201 is how I'm going to round that answer, which is answer B. So we just have one question left on the test because we took out 17. So for 16, it says what type of food accounts for a quarter of Claude's diet? And then I can see if I look at the graph, and a quarter, we learned from our fractions unit, is the same as 25%. So I should really easily be able to see that a quarter of the diet is made up of fruits and veggies, making the answer to 16C. Thanks, you guys.